Vegas Bad Boy of Podcasting is an entertainment-based wrestling program. The opinions shared are that of the host and their guests. Some celebrity voices are impersonated and usually not well. This program is not intended for kids and certain adults. Listeners' discretion is advised. You have been warned. Now let's get ready to podcast.
Yo, hey. It's another edition. Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. How's everyone doing? I'm your host, DJ Impact. And I got some of the bad boys here with me. Like this guy here, Sin City Steve.
Well.
Said Sin City Steve. King Lucky.
TikTok. Everybody pays the toll.
And the man who took a vacation, apparently, last week is back. Matt Michaels.
Yeah. So Lucky, we call him King Lucky.
That's true.
Smartville. I think for now we're gonna call Smartville Fa, the land of Fa. Fa. Yeah, and then that way we can all refer to him as the King of Fa.
The King of Fa.
Yeah, and then that way he'll be the fucking.
I'll tell you what, I don't miss this motherfucker, but I do. He was gone last week, but he's back.
Michaels, we missed you, brother.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ooh.
It's good to see that you're back. Man, we got a good show for everybody tonight. We got the 3 count, and then we're just going to talk about some other things that's happened during the week. So, let's go ahead and just get to it, I guess.
It's time. Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting present
1, 2, 3.
Count Talk.
Count Talk, baby.
All right, gentlemen. BleacherReport.com reports an article that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff must end the PG era to save Raw and SmackDown. Fellas, do you guys agree to this? I mean, do they have to end the PG and go, what, is that PG-14?
It's really simple.
Okay.
They can tread the line, but they cannot cross the line.
Interesting.
They have major sponsors, but I think and this was reported a while ago, rumor has it.
Okay.
It was reported that Fox wants them to go away from this PG era, this, land of like rainbows and butterflies and all this stuff,
right,
and now start producing edgier product. And so for me, I think that they won't totally go back to the days of lingerie matches and bra and panty matches, because that stuff can't happen. You devalue the women that have made tremendous strides, but you can't push the envelope. You won't see a Joey Janela kind of move where he's smoking a cigarette in the ring, But could you drink some beer? Maybe. Could you say a few extra 4-letter words? Possibly. But I don't think that they can go too far. They'll go just right up to the edge.
Matt, you was giving him that look of what the heck you talking about.
Butterflies
I'm ready
rainbows.
for it.
Butterflies and rainbows.
I'm ready for it.
What the fuck are you
just
talking
those
about?
feel-good things.
The feel-good things are all the fucking things that you want. Oh, Kofi winning the belt. That's a feel-good thing.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
But that's not what I'm saying.
That's your fucking butterflies and your fucking rainbows.
Yes, those things can still exist, but the oversaturation of just, the good things, is what I'm talking about.
You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Give me an example.
Let's see. A lot of the angles are pandering towards, like, let's say, the kids.
Like who?
Right? at one point you had, Booty-O's and stuff like that, which is entertaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is. But you could also go other ways with the entertainment because they've had to go fun. Like, for instance, Booty-O's, right? You've got all the loud colors, the bright colors, and that's fun. And they're throwing,
What did
stuff
I
like
fucking
that.
tell you like weeks ago? Break up the fucking New Day.
No, I don't want to break up the New Day.
See?
I've maintained from day one. I'm not. Hey,
And the only fucking thing you can come up with is fucking butterflies and fucking rainbows, and then you go immediately to Booty-O's. The one thing that you don't want to break up is the thing that you have a problem with. Hey,
I'm just
Lucky,
using it
I
as a
love
small
talking to your
reference.
ass every once in a while, but it'd be nice to talk to your head.
Oh, gotta love when this guy's back. But I do. What I'm saying is the product needs to be edgier. I'm just using that for reference.
Sin City. I mean, what's your take, man?
Honestly, I think it's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to say that the PG era has to go away. I, in the past, have been a definite critic of the TV PG rating. However, I could do with one of the two shows having the TV PG rating and the other one being the TV 14 rating. Because ultimately you're going to be drawing in, if you all of a sudden just flip the script and all of your programming goes to TV 14, while I would love that. I personally would absolutely love that. But you have to look at, as Lucky had started to mention, you have to look at sponsors. You also have to look at the parents that bring their kids to the shows. So you do not want to completely alienate that fan base. I think that what should happen is something that's been rumored. Rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
Thank you.
God.
We need to make that a drop.
I'll work on that.
Okay. In all seriousness, though, I think that if you go away completely from that TV PG market, you're just gonna bite yourself in the ass when it comes to the merchandise sales and things like that come with bringing your kids to the shows. One thing that's been talked about is the Raw after SummerSlam doing some sort of a complete redraft. And at that point, I think that you could have Vince McMahon come on TV, similar to what he did when he announced the formation of the Attitude Era, and actually lay out the groundwork for, okay, Raw is going to be this type of a show, and SmackDown is going to be this type of a show. Now, I know that Fox is wanting more of a sports-like presentation for SmackDown. So, does that mean that Raw stays as your PG product? That's kind of the catch-22 that you're in. But I think that you should have one of the shows slide to TV 14 to appease the older audience that, quite honestly, they're going to lose, or that they have lost to AEW, New Japan, MLW, Ring of Honor, or just lost entirely.
Got an idea for you. What happened if said show wasn't Raw or SmackDown? It was NXT, and it went directly in competition.
Fuck off.
with AEW.
Fuck, man.
Again, that is something else that's out there on the internet. That
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That is on the internet?
That is on the internet.
Oh, you've been reading the internets, King Lucky?
Listen, I think it doesn't have to be
Jesus.
Raw or SmackDown. It could be NXT. Could be a little bit more edgier, push the envelope, especially if they're going to go in direct competition. To me, you also add another hour. Yep, you add another hour to NXT.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. No, seriously. I mean, listen. First of all, what the fuck? Direct competition of what?
NXT and AEW.
On what platform?
Well, so AEW is going to be on network TV.
No shit.
They may pull the trigger and put NXT on a Fox channel.
Have they?
No, not yet.
All right, so fuck it. Because right now it's on the fucking network, so
Yes.
it's not competition. So basically, anyone can watch NXT between the time it fucking first airs and any other time in the rest of their fucking life, as long as they subscribe $9.99 a month right now. So there you go. I don't understand this logic. Number two, you want to make it 2 hours and just fucking kill it? So everyone can just shit on it, because now you have to do 2 hours of more of television. Plus, that's now 2 hours as compared to the 5 hours they're already doing for the regular TV shows that are on networks. You're insane.
But wouldn't you? Let me ask you this, because we know that Bischoff, Heyman are taking Raw, SmackDown, respectively, right? And then it's been reported that Triple H is now taking on full time, which he always has been, but he's stepping away from Raw and SmackDown and just doing NXT.
Because he doesn't have to. Now they put two guys in charge.
Right. So wouldn't you think he'd want to make that show much better, 10 times better than AEW?
Why? It's its own fucking product. There's no reason to compete right now.
I'd beg to differ.
Well, listen, let me ask you guys this. Now that we've had our very first show where Paul was in charge and Bischoff was in charge.
Allegedly.
Okay. What did you all kind of think of that? First off, did you see anything that was going away from PG and going above that? I mean, we had Braun and Lashley going through the Titan. I know we've seen that before, but they made it. They pumped it up a lot.
They did pump it up a lot.
Yeah, Corey throwing the shit word out there. I mean, is this? I'm just asking. Is this moving out of? Is this supposed to be what we're seeing slowly coming out of PG?
Well,
okay, go ahead.
So the most significant thing for me is that we talked about it earlier with New Day. But the most significant thing for me was when Kofi Kingston gave the middle finger, and that to me said a whole lot.
Okay, so from SmackDown, from Bischoff being in charge, you see that moving up a little bit out of the PG, going maybe a little bit maybe towards PG.
Yeah, because you never saw that before.
Okay,
tell me the last time you saw a middle finger on WWE TV.
He's questioning you, Matt Michaels.
Yes, I am questioning Matt Michaels because I know he's got a good wealth of knowledge. But when's the last time you've seen a middle finger on WWE TV?
I think that, first of all, is it even Bischoff?
We don't know that yet. Right, exactly.
What I'm saying is that the part of the writing staff? Is this, this is absurd. We're talking about something that we've only seen for maybe a week. We don't know when they technically started. We don't know. Bruce Pitcher's also on the staff now, too. Mm-hmm. So is this coming from Bruce? Is certain aspects coming from his input? Mm-hmm. This is y'all are trying to be inside the candy store, but you're not fucking Oompa Loompas.
That's hilarious.
Love it.
So I just can't grasp where the fuck you're coming from.
There's so much that's unknown. I agree with you. There is so much that's unknown, but I can't remember for a long time when I've seen a middle finger on WWE TV.
But how is that the end all be all?
It's not. It's certainly not. I don't think it's the end all be all.
How is that edgier? There's this. Y'all are living in the fucking fantasy world of we want it to be Attitude Era again. Go back and watch some of those episodes. They fucking suck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without question.
They're awful.
They led with a lot of sexuality and a lot of vulgarity just to get by, and the wrestling was lacking. So,
but even, people are saying, oh, back then you had storylines and blah, blah, blah. You watch your storylines, dude. You have guys getting their dicks cut off. You get a birth of a hand.
Yeah.
You get fucking a dead corpse.
Wasn't groundbreaking.
what I'm saying is those are the things that stick out. That's not going to happen again.
Right.
Because you can't do that in today's era.
Right.
Correct.
And that's the other thing. I think, Steve, you kind of hit on this. The idea of the kids. Well, the problem becomes that the kids of that generation who were 14, 15 years old, this was, to them, a cool, radical, angst concept.
It was counterculture almost.
Counterculture, exactly. That became mainstream culture, right?
Yep.
The problem is today's kids are not cultured like that.
Yeah.
So they don't want to see Kofi Kingston flipping a bird. Because it's not Kofi Kingston's character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying here. It's about characters, character development, and making things work. And if you're just going to throw in fucking vulgarity, you know, the holy shit moment with Graves, it fit because it felt organic. You know, it wasn't pushed. But Kofi throwing a finger, I mean, that's not Kofi's character. Remember, they're all rainbows and butterflies.
This is true. Well, let me ask you this before we move on, and we see this kind of leaning towards an AJ and Club, and they're all heel, right? Is WWE ready for a Bullet Club?
How so?
I mean,
what? Did the Bullet Club come out and just pull out their dicks or something? I mean, what is like the Bullet Club? Like, what the fuck? So, what is it?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and
You make a good point, man.
like what you were saying, man. It's not Kofi's character. It does not fit with him to throw up a middle finger. Here's a guy who's bringing his kids into the ring.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, for him all of a sudden to just grow a pair of nuts and, you know, flip off Samoa Joe, I get it. It was, oh my God, did he just do that? But realistically, is that going to do anything long term? No.
And listen, if you want to go about realistically what the character should be doing, if Kofi flips him off, then Joe should be killing that motherfucker right then and there.
That's true.
He should leave him in a heap.
Yeah.
Done. Joe is going to kill you. The motherfucker has a chant.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing. And there were definitely some things on each show that had Bischoff and Heyman's fingerprints all over them, but unfortunately there were also some things that had Vince McMahon's fingerprints all over them. You know, great case in point, something that everybody seemed to not want to talk about or just kind of slipped people's minds. You had Mike and Maria Kanellis doing the cuckolding gimmick. Let's be real, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. People just don't want to throw that word out there. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that is a Heyman written storyline.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. So,
jeez.
And you didn't like that.
No, listen.
Actually, that's a valid question. King Lucky, what did you think of that?
Be honest.
I was happy to see them on TV.
Okay.
Because they had been going through this struggle whether they're going to stay, are they going to go, and they signed a new deal. The angle was fine, but I'm not happy with the fact that she's pregnant again, and now they got to go off TV.
You know what they're going to do, right?
Lay it out for me, brother. Tell me.
Dude, it's obvious. They're gonna build this into a storyline where the kid is not Mike's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's plain to see.
Right.
Heyman, like I said, this is a Paul Heyman storyline.
Right.
And all that I can say about this, so friend of the show, Brian Alvarez, does a segment on one of his shows that he does on the Wrestling Observer called The Geek of the Week. Okay? Mike Kanellis was not the Geek of the Week. He was not the Geek of the Month. Not the Geek of the Year. The Geek of the fucking century, Mike Kanellis. Because if Heyman is able to bring him back from this and to establish him as a star, then the man has proven yet again just how much of a fucking genius that he is. It all remains to be seen.
I'm just dying here because your main complaint with the segment was that she's pregnant.
That's the whole segment.
Which, wait a minute, ordinarily isn't being pregnant a very positive thing?
Yes.
Generally?
Yes, it is.
Rainbows, butterflies, and a bundle of joy? A fucking stork dropping off a kid?
Yeah.
Come on.
We'll see what happens.
Look, I'm just going to go ahead and ask the question. I'll ask each of you then. As far as this, Heyman and Bischoff should end PG era. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Sin City Steve.
I believe that the TV PG era,
Okay.
in all, should not end.
Okay.
One of the programs should be TV PG, and
Okay.
one of the programs
NXT.
should be TV 14. Shut up with that NXT shit.
King Lucky, go.
No.
No? Okay. Matt Michaels?
I don't fucking care if it's around or if it's 14 or if it's fucking R-rated or X-rated.
Okay.
I'll still fucking watch it.
Well,
That's
true.
what it comes down to. It's like there's this panic of, oh yeah, well they got to do this because they got to, make sure they do this, that, or the other. Are people still watching the product? Yeah. Are they not watching it as much? Yeah. Does it have to do with the fact that AEW's around and New Japan's around and ROH is around and Impact's around and MLW's around?
Mm-hmm.
No. No. It has a fact to do with there are other things in this fucking world that people will watch before they watch this. And it's just as simple as that. It's wrestling, folks. It's not fucking Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones had years to fucking develop their scripts, put out 10 episodes, and then go on hiatus. These guys do it every fucking week.
Right.
I just want some continuity. I don't give a shit what the rating is.
Yeah.
Okay? I just want continuity between the shows and over a time period. That's it.
Got you. Let's go into number 2. Our second count tonight, the Sportster.com names 10 wrestlers who became famous because of Impact Wrestling. Now, most of us would agree with these and possibly add to the list. So why aren't people giving Impact Wrestling the chance it deserves, being that it has a record of creating stars? Most importantly, what talent on their roster today do you see becoming famous? So here we go. I'm just going to name off the 10 wrestlers that has become famous off of Impact Wrestling, okay? And again, you may agree with this and you may want to add. Let's talk about it. Gail Kim, Austin Aries, Monty Brown, EC3, Abyss, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Bobby Roode, Awesome Kong, and how can we forget AJ Styles? So, folks, what do you think of this? I mean, it is true that they started in Impact and became famous. I mean, why aren't people then giving Impact Wrestling the chance? Because there's good programming that's happening right now. And I know we've talked about it before that, it's hard to find them. And it's true. And I know I believe they're about to move over to a new network.
They're going back to Access.
They're moving
Right.
to Access, yeah.
Right, exactly. But I think if people really want to see this, they will find a way to watch it. So the question is, why aren't they? Hit it.
I'll tell you what. I am watching Impact now.
Mm-hmm.
There's one reason. Killer Cross.
Okay.
They've built great stars in the past. Impact has, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know that they necessarily built him, but they gave him the time to run his angles and to do his promos.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday, Slammiversary, I watched the whole show through.
Okay.
I can't tell you the last time I watched Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people I like, but there's just so much going on with all the different promotions that Impact to me kind of gets lost in there. But I will tell you that I do like what they're doing with their programming now. and yes, they probably should get credit for some of those people you mentioned. They weren't necessarily made in Impact, but they were showcased, and it was on a large platform because at one time, Impact was the second option. You know, when it was TNA, and it was, you know, it was pretty big at that point. So I do think that they deserve more credit. And for me, I'm actually watching. I'm sold. I'm watching now. I went back and watched a couple different episodes, like the show leading up to the pay-per-view and others. But I'm definitely more invested now because of, you know, what they're doing.
So are you saying you see Killer Cross right now as maybe being the one that's going to become famous and huge out of the talent right now? Is there anyone else that you see that moving up to that level?
Yeah, I definitely think so. You also look at like a Jordan Grace. I'm a fan of hers too. I mean, the stuff that she does, she's very athletic. And watching her and Akira Hogan play off of each other on the TV taping was pretty cool too. So
got you. And the only reason why that you're saying that maybe because this was your reason why people are not watching is because there's so much other wrestling going on that they get lost in the shuffle. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, at least for me, you know, because maybe for other people, you know, like for instance, the Rascals were on the show as well too, and a lot of people know the Rascals from the independent scene, and so they've probably maybe stayed with the Rascals and watched and things like that. But overall, for me, it was Killer Cross what brought me back to the product.
Sin City Steve, what do you think about this list, and what do you think about why aren't people then looking into trying to seek them out? And are you finding anyone right now that is about to make that next level?
I think that it comes down to that they have the stench of TNA still on them. So the branding, you know, they tried to change it up by rebranding themselves to Impact Wrestling. That wasn't a far enough of a break from their previous iteration, and a lot of people still have the bad taste in their mouths from, you know, the Dixie Carter era and the Jeff Jarrett era. So it's one of those things where, you know, you have these guys in this list, these guys and girls in this list, and you know, they definitely, you know, if I'm going to look back at the history of Impact and the history of TNA, I'm going to look through and I'm going to agree with almost all of them. The one, honestly, that sticks out like a sore thumb, as you were mentioning him, Monty Brown.
Yeah.
Why the fuck's this guy on this list? I mean, so I get it. He was a former NFL player. He was very, very
just go to it, Steve. He doesn't belong to be on a list of fucking famous people. He's not fucking famous. I haven't thought about Monty fucking Brown since the early 2000s, man. I mean, I could still get fucking hard back then, you know. Now, just like Monty Brown, I need someone to just kind of pick me up a little bit and put me on a fucking all-time list. It's unbelievable. What the fuck? Who else was on there as these so-called superstars that were made?
Well, you had Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, yeah, the superstar Gail Kim. As I remember it, she was built up in the WWE before she even got to TNA. Next one.
Austin Aries
probably got more play on Ring of Honor, to be honest. And Impact, you know, they just didn't do anything for Austin. They really fucked him.
Okay. EC3?
EC3. He's a fucking superstar right now. I'm just saying, man. I love him. I think he's got a great look. I think he's got a great gimmick that can be used if he was fucking used, but he's not the I mean, again, Austin Aries, EC3, these guys are not fucking superstars. So what's next?
Abyss.
Abyss is basically a homegrown talent who, if you're not a wrestling fan, who the fuck is Abyss? Who's next?
Now, what are you going to say about Samoa Joe?
Samoa Joe belongs on the list.
Okay.
Period.
What you going to say about Christopher Daniels?
Chris Daniels is not a household name.
Oh.
That's it. He's a great wrestling name.
Yes.
And you know I have affection for him. He's a friend. He's a great person.
Yeah.
But in terms of, Samoa Joe, it's someone who's notable, right?
Yeah, right.
Chris has been around, but unless you're a wrestling fan, it's kind of like Abyss. Unless you're a wrestling fan, you don't know who he is.
Bobby Roode?
Bobby Roode, same way. He's in that position. He should be, more well known, but he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong.
The fuck? Awesome Kong is number. Not only is she on the list, but she's number 2 on the list.
Oh.
Well, how long did Awesome Kong wrestle?
No,
She
that's
wrestled
true.
for about 3 years. She went to WWE, got pregnant, had to leave, and now she's finally in AEW. Maybe she'll get exposure. But unless you're a wrestling fan, you don't know who the fuck Awesome Kong is.
Okay. Well, the last one is AJ Styles.
The only person who started with that company who actually became a name. All right? Joe built his name in ROH.
Yep.
Daniels built his name way before, getting involved. Rude never hit that pinnacle. Styles hit that pinnacle.
Yeah.
But Styles didn't become a superstar and a big name, same with Joe, until they got to WWE. Period.
Yeah.
Period. TNA doesn't make stars. They never have.
Wow. Guys, you're just going to let that just stand on there? Just going to let that stand?
So here's the thing is, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're damn right. Turn my mic up. No, out of their active roster, people that I think could grow into being stars.
Okay. Good.
Would be who I would put at the front of the list. Would be the Rascals.
Okay, yeah.
The Rascals, and again, I'm going for tag teams because, Lucky, you had mentioned a singles guy and a knockout.
Yes.
So rather than, risk any kind of repetition on that, I'm going to say the Rascals
Okay.
and LAX.
Maybe, just maybe, a little birdie kind of told me LAX might not be under contract right now.
Lucky.
Rumor has it.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see if that theory is true.
Bingo.
All right, well, let's go to our third.
Monty fucking Brown?
The motherfucker does one Hurricane Rana off the top of a cage, and he's immortalized in fucking shit lists like
You
this.
weren't a
Fucking
fan
so
of the Pounce?
Elix Skipper was a bigger name to me than Morning Monty Brown. Man.
All right, now check this out. This is just for fun and giggles. All right, I know we kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier in the first count, but I found this pretty interesting, right? That RingsideNews.com decided to do their own poll asking if AEW ran on Wednesday nights during the same time that NXT came on, what would you more likely to watch if you had to choose? Now, so far, many of their readers who has responded to their poll says that they would prefer AEW over NXT. Now, with the NXT weekly success for several years, do you really believe people would choose to watch AEW over NXT if they were on at the same time? Now, I'm just looking right now at their live poll on their site, and again, this is not scientific. On their Facebook poll, they have a little over 3,000 votes. AEW has 63% of the vote and 37% for NXT. And on their Twitter, 58% AEW got and 42% for NXT. So let's take off the table that we know that you can watch NXT whenever you want. Let's take that off for a second. Let's just say, just for the fact that if somebody was at home and they want to watch wrestling and both of these were to come on at the same time, what would people more than likely want to watch, I guess you can say, first? And what it looks like based on that, on their poll, okay, on RingsideNews.com, 63% on Facebook and 58% on Twitter gives AEW the lead. Now, what happened? I thought NXT was the show. Why all of a sudden they getting shit on now? Who wants to go? Matt Michaels is shaking his head. He seems like he doesn't even want to answer the question.
It's very simple.
Go.
It's about how you play the game. Mm-hmm. All right. I think right now, yes, AEW would get people that watch the show first. I'm not going to smark out this time. I will tell you that I definitely think AEW would get the priority. They are the flavor of the month. They're brand new. Mm-hmm. And if you look at who they have versus NXT, right? You match up Cody, Young Bucks, Omega. They definitely have more star power in AEW.
They're not the same fucking thing. NXT is in development territory.
I get it. But that's the reason why people will watch AEW first. It is this new shiny toy. Now, I am happy that would happen because WWE at that point, and more specifically, I know we talked about it earlier, Triple H will view this as a challenge and as a threat and will respond accordingly. I love Michaels when he starts steaming. But he will, accept that challenge, and you will see NXT rise to the occasion.
Okay.
Because their shows, quite honestly, all of their takeovers,
right,
best show of the weekend.
Right.
In most cases, right?
Yeah.
So I certainly think AEW will be.
So
the
now
first
they're
one.
putting on a fucking takeover level show every fucking week. Come on,
Not
dude.
necessarily takeover level, but I'm referencing takeover, where I think they do extremely well. But I think they will also up their ante and make better weekly TV, because some of the stuff, to be quite honest with you, I love watching the product, but some of it's passable. Forgotten Sons.
Sin City, you've almost got the same exact look over here as Michael's. We know that this poll is, all fun and games and not scientific. And
It's not scientific. What the fuck? Polls on the internet? Dude, those are like fucking ironclad.
Right,
Seriously, ask President Clinton.
It's the gospel.
That's right. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Boom.
AEW. Done.
Wow.
And here's why, honestly.
Yeah.
Lucky you brought up a good point about AEW being the shiny new toy, yada yada yada. And that's 100% true. However, it comes down to how the production will play in. Obviously, we're going to have to see the way that the AEW weekly TV show is presented. Okay? Will I tune in that first week? Of course. And will I watch that show religiously more than WWE weekly programming? But the fact is, I don't want to make assumptions for the vast majority of viewers out there, because at the end of the day, we all have to think about this. AEW is an upstart company.
Right.
They're not the gold standard. They're not the Kleenex of tissue or the Xerox of copiers like WWE is of wrestling.
Sure.
And so we have to, everybody needs to temper themselves a little bit. There are some people out there saying that, that AEW is going to draw even close to the same ratings as what WWE will. That's a load of shit. Taking off my rose-colored glasses and, my markdom for AEW, that's just stupid to even think about that.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things that, for me, if I had to choose AEW, I would DVR and watch NXT later, because quite honestly, I mean, you know,
Who the fuck's watching this shit live anyway?
Right, yeah.
Period.
Lucky.
Yeah, I'm about to say King Lucky.
Without question.
This motherfucker, and yes, I'm gonna bury you right here on the podcast.
That's okay.
This motherfucker finds any feed that he possibly can to watch Raw. If the guy could find a way to get closed circuit feed from the arena, this motherfucker would.
Yes, this is true. That's why these guys have to do all the other work, because I'm still truly very much a fan, and I do mark out, hence Marksville. But yes, I truly enjoy the product.
Of course.
I'll find it any way I can to watch it live.
Okay, so AEW, what network are they on?
TNT.
What network is NXT on?
It's not.
$9.99, brother.
Okay, so you got to pay for that. So there are going to be people who are not watching that because they got to pay for it. Probably the same people who are not watching it anyway because they don't pay for the network. Number two, Lucky, where did you say that NXT will go to?
Live and on one of the Fox networks.
Right, one of the Fox networks. Which one?
Maybe FS1.
Perfect. FS1, how many people get that as compared to TNT?
Yeah, more homes.
Exactly. So, if you know, it's a ridiculous argument. This is all, again, hypothesizing this fantasy of wanting this fucking ratings war. It's not even the main fucking show. It's a fucking development center, territory, whatever you want to call it. You know, the only thing that you can say is if it goes onto FS1, it gets a little more exposure, possibly because you're not, you know, it's the people who still have cable packages. But the question is, how many people still have cable packages that would have that tier to it? It's a mess when you're trying to compare it. There's no comparison. It's plain and simple. If it airs on Wednesday nights, which it looks like that is going to be the night for AEW, then guess what? AEW is getting the ratings because there's no way if they're on FS1 or if they're on the network, there's no ratings comparison. Period.
Right.
It's TNT. And I'll tell you right now, TNT is kind of like CBS. You have people who put on the network and never change it off, and that's that. So they're going to get ratings by accident, too.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that is the 3 count. So good job, fellas.
Monty Brown?
Pounce! The pounce!
Okay, we're going to be right back in just a moment.
Listen up, Earthlings. This is your warlord of weird, Sin Bodhi speaking. And if you want to hear me on the Vegas Boys podcast, dial in July 14th. Planet Earth, Warlord of Weird.
This is Maserati here to tell you to join us July 20th for FSW High Octane Taping. Don't miss out.
On our phone from future stars of wrestling, we have Ice Williams. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm actually chilling, folks. High key, say it louder for the folks in the back. And I feel like you forgot to make mention.
Okay.
The new No Limits champion.
Oh, there it is.
How could you forget? How could you forget?
You know what?
You had one job, and you forgot.
And I messed it up.
See, we're going to put you on assignment so you get right.
I know. I got it in the notes.
Ice, I got to ask you right now, you're living the dream of a pro wrestler. How did you get started with Future Stars of Wrestling?
That's crazy. Does it look like I'm living the dream of a wrestler? The boys teeing up just a little bit. So when I got started, how I got started with FSW, I decided one day, because I was just chilling in a college classroom, I had some homework, and I was like, yeah, I'd rather watch wrestling instead of do this homework. So I was like, okay, I'm just wasting away not doing homework and watching wrestling. How come I just won't possibly give it a shot, huh? And then one day I decided, I told my teachers that I had my classes with, I told them I had zero motivation to do any of the work. I didn't say it disrespectfully. I didn't come up to them and was like, yo, I'm not doing this homework at all. No, I told them I had a one-on-one conversation with all of my professors at the time, and coincidentally enough, thank Jesus Christ, that they were actually like
supportive of
they
you?
they wanted to be they were actually involved, and they wanted for me to like find myself, because I told them I have no motivation for school. The only thing I think about and talk about is wrestling all day, and I don't think it'll be that much of a problem, and I don't think it's too much of a too far-fetched to give it a shot, at least.
Right.
Because I do have some athleticism in my background. I feel like I'm somewhat athletic. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And when that day happened, I told my teachers, they were like, wow, that's go do that. That's crazy that anybody would just try to suppress themselves just school and stuff like that. And I was like, thank you guys for, understanding and supporting. And they passed me in all those classes, by the way. I don't know why. And then I told my brother, I was like, hey, I think it's time we do something. Let's hit up this FSW spot, because we did search it up before, because just the thought of it didn't just pop up one day. It just watching it all the time, I'm just all like, man, I think it would have been better if Cesaro did a European off of this, or I was just thinking like that. I think it'd be better if this person did that in the ring.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I'll be the person to do it in the ring, since nobody else is going to do it in the ring. So I told my brother, and then he was all like, go ahead, go for it. I don't see why not. And then ever since. And then November of 2017, I hopped in that FSW ring and started training. And after the first day, I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be it for the boy. He's going to be doing this. He's definitely going to be doing this.
So, Ice, you talk about, having a athletic background. Could you kind of expand on that a little bit? What was some of your background in athletics? I mean, because we obviously have seen you in the ring, so we know you're athletic. But go ahead and tell some of the listeners what that background is.
So, a little bit. During middle school and high school, I just played sports, not really for any of the teams. I was just really good at these sports. Other than I played track in 8th grade, or I ran track in 8th grade. You don't play track. I ran track in 8th grade for a little bit. I was more of a distant runner. The boy had a mile within 5 minutes. Nothing
Wow.
Too big. Yeah, no, never mind. It's really no big.
I don't know. For some of us, a mile is about like 32 to maybe 42 minutes. I'd say so.
Speak for yourself.
100%. Y'all are crazy.
Speak for yourself. I'm a long distance runner too. Continue, Mr. Ice.
Let him know. Let him know. Yeah, and then I really was into basketball. So I played basketball majority of my high school tenure. And when I was playing basketball, I didn't really try out for the team or anything like that. I was just very, very better than everybody else and decided not to play for the team. I felt like I was better than everybody else. I probably really wasn't. I felt like I was. So yeah, I never played for the team. And the day I was going to actually try out for basketball, it was going down on the same day of an audition, and for theater. And I was like, okay, do I want to do this play, or do I want to be on the basketball team? And I decided to just audition for the play instead of doing the basketball thing. You know, it's probably better for the long run because the boy is somewhat of a character now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
definitely. What play was it, man?
Okay, the play was, I believe it's called. Dang it! It's called The Night of January 16th.
Okay,
that's the play. I do not know anything other than it's called The Night of January 16th or something like that. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. I played a character named Lawrence Guts Regan in the play, and who was a mobster.
Oh, there it is.
I have no idea what the correlation is, or if there's a correlation between the mobster and Ice, but everybody that does rock an Ice shirt has definitely joined the Ice mob. I'll be the first to tell you.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask you this: you were always a wrestling fan, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Basically, I'd say just like for the most part, everybody else liking the same people. So Shawn Michaels was one of those guys for me.
Hence that
The
super
Rock
kick,
was
yeah.
one of those guys. I definitely gravitate towards more of the people who are promo savvy. I like those guys a lot more. I wish I could be better on the mic, just like those folks. Folks like The Rock. Folks I really enjoy on the mic. CM Punk.
Yeah.
Guys nowadays, Adam Cole.
Yeah.
I enjoy Kevin Owens on the mic. Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose. You know, just little things. I like mic savvy guys. Yeah.
So
yeah, those are my guys.
So Ice, this is your opportunity. Since he hasn't done anything in a while, you think Ice should call out Mr. CM Punk?
Oh, you call out CM Punk. That what you want to do?
Oh, I just want to see. Ice is one of its favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I am in zero position to call out CM Punk, okay? One, I'm not in Chicago, okay? Maybe if I was in Chicago and if I was feeling froggy, maybe I'd leap and make a video talking about CM Punk. Maybe if I was in Chicago, maybe, but nah, that boy Ice is not he ain't there yet, though. He ain't there yet.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to talk to one Joe DeFalco and see if we can maybe get Mr. CM Punk out to Vegas.
You never know. You had Moxley show up.
Yeah, we'll see.
What do you think is going to convince him to come to Vegas, though? What does Vegas need?
Well, I can tell you one thing, Ice. You know, it is well known that Punk, you know, may not no longer love wrestling, but maybe he can be enticed by how nice your Ice is, and maybe might think twice and come through and see what you could do. Just saying, man, you got to put it out there, bro.
Or I'll get him tickets. I'll get him tickets to Penn and Teller.
I did not know that we're spitting bars on this podcast. First, hold on.
Simon Street's trying to spit some bars
at all or anything. He just starts spitting bars. This is crazy. Hold on.
Get a little bit of everything on the Vegas Bad Boys.
Is this what we do on this podcast?
Man, we do everything, man.
Yeah.
From ring post to ring post, we always come with the most.
The freedom.
Ask Chris Bay, man. He had a real good time.
Oh, young Christopher Bay. He just dropped a video.
Yes, he did.
He's apparently he's alive. He's very alive. He just survived Killer Cross. How did he do it? There's only one man that can tell you, and that's Chris Bay himself.
Yeah, man.
Have to ask him.
Hey, let me ask you this: if you had the opportunity, any wrestler, any promotion right now, who's the dream match for Ice?
That's crazy. Is it any wrestler now?
Yeah,
or do they have any current?
Let's go past and let's go current.
okay, if we go past, I will have to say I would love to fight The Undertaker.
Oh.
Only because that's my mom's favorite wrestler.
Wow.
And I think she wouldn't mind watching The Undertaker whip me around the ring for a little bit. So I think I would love to give that for her, give that to her.
That'd be awesome.
Myself, you know what? Let's not even think about that right now, man. I'm thinking about Damian Drake, man. I'm thinking about Damian Drake.
Okay.
I'm thinking about Damian Drake. Y'all trying to sidetrack me.
Hey.
Y'all trying to sidetrack me.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, let's get on Damian Drake. Okay, now I don't know if you remember, but you was calling him out on Twitter. And I happened to be up at 4 a.m. And decided to kind of throw it out there a little bit. I don't know if I was stirring the pot or if it was already stirred, but y'all was going back and forth, right? And y'all was talking about, hey, I'm gonna come back and take my title. You've already declared yourself the No Limits title champion. It's just it. It's done deal, right?
Yes,
so at the end of the day, what I would like you to do right now, all right, is imagine that Damian Drake is right there in front of you, all right, and let us know what he should already know of what's been to happen.
Easy. How about I give you a little bit of a history lesson first off?
Love it.
Oh, there it is.
Let's do it.
Just hear me out. Peep game. Just peep game, okay? Damian Drake and I have been in 4 matches so far, okay? I actually, sidetrack, I've had my first match in August, by the way. August 20th of 2018. Had my first wrestling match. But since then, I've had 4 matches with Damian Drake. He has won 3 out of those 4 matches.
Wow.
Now, every match, out of all of those matches he's won, he has not pinned me.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait. Hold on. The one match that he didn't win, I won. And guys, I want you to guess. Guess, okay? It was a triple threat match. It was me, Damian Drake, and Shaggy McLovin. It's the second time we've had this match. The first time Damian Drake won by pinning Shaggy. The second time I won by pinning what's his name? Damian Drake.
Oh. Wow.
Fun fact, by the way, but it's okay. Damian Drake will sweep it under the rug as if it didn't happen. I know it happened. I was there. I pinned him before. It's not unfamiliar for me to beat Damian Drake, guys. It's not.
With that being said, you've got a title on the line here. Do you think that you're at the point where you're ready to accept being a champion? Do you think that the responsibility and everything that goes with it, that it's your time to try it?
I think it was definitely my time since I dropped that video calling him out and called myself the No Limits champion. When I called myself the No Limits champion, I made up my decision right then and there that I'm the No Limits champion. I'm taking up all championship responsibilities. I feel like Spider-Man. with great responsibility comes great power, or something like that. I don't know the thing. It's something like that, though.
Yeah, you almost.
With great power comes great
There you
responsibility.
go.
There we go, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it. I don't want to call myself the Spider-Man of FSW because I'm not. I'm the Ice Williams of FSW. I'm what FSW needs.
Oh.
All right. So tell us, what is it that FSW needs? Right now is your opportunity, Ice, to go ahead and give your state of the FSW union address of what you plan to change the landscape as being the No Limits champion.
Well, maybe, possibly, let's say, my first declaration as champion when I get the championship, because I guess I need the championship to be officially the champion, I guess. So,
yeah, that might.
I mean, I guess. Oh wait, and by the way, if you pay close attention to the poster with me and Damian Drake,
yeah,
it says Damian Drake versus Ice Williams No Limits Championship match. Not No Limits champion
It does say
Damian
that.
Drake.
It does say that.
Versus Ice Williams. No, it's Ice Williams versus Damian Drake for the No Limits Championship, because the match is for the title championship, and I'm gonna win it because I'm already the champ. But first declaration as champion, possibly change the orange to some blue.
Oh,
okay. I'm liking it. I'm feeling it.
That's a strong statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm blue heavy. I don't know why. It's my nature.
I got chills, man. I got chills thinking about it, man.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, we're probably gonna need a new AC duct in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. I'm gonna need some snow on some. I need some snow falling, like Randy Orton's old pyro.
Oh man.
Behind me.
Yes.
I need that. Oh, you guys have figured out plot for me. Okay.
Hey, Ice. Don't talk about the pyro too much, because King Lucky gets very, very, very sexually happy over pyro of any type. He loves pyro.
Oh my god!
The table is lifting up right now as we speak. If you speak pyro, it's a scene. It's a scene.
Ice,
Let's chill. Don't rub him at all.
I'm not rubbing it. Just don't say pyro. Just don't say pyro.
Anything blasting on.
Right, Ice. I'm gonna tell you something, man. We were in attendance for FSW's 10th anniversary show, and I will tell you, you had so many supporters there. The Ice shirts, and man, your entrance was incredible. What inspired your entrance?
What inspired my entrance? There was really no. I can't say something pinpoint inspired me for that entrance. All I know is everybody around me would make the joke "Ice Ice Baby," and everybody would always tell me, "Do you come out to Ice Ice Baby?" And I'm all like, "No, I don't come out to Ice Ice Baby." So I was like, okay, you know what? It's the 10th year anniversary show. It's the biggest show they're going to have. I might as well try to have a little bit of an entrance. So I was like, what's going to be the best thing I can do? Bingo. Ice Ice Baby. But I'm not going to come out to Ice Ice Baby. I need something for Ice Ice Baby. Boom. I don't know what. But I was like, snowman. I was trying to click the emoji when I thought of it. I was like, oh, snowman. Okay, how do I get 4 snowman costumes? Bingo, searched it up, got them in, dressed up the folks, dressed up some trainees. I was like, hey, can y'all do this? I need y'all to tee up for a little bit to Ice Ice Baby, and the boys gonna come on out. Can y'all do that? They was like, let's do it. And yes.
Yeah.
Ice Williams, 5th year anniversary.
That was awesome. The streamers were a very nice touch to the entrance as well too. When you got up on the ladder and they streamed the ring, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
that streamer thing that's all because of my younger brother. So I told y'all earlier how I told him about me going straight to training. I had to let him know that I'm gonna do this. He was all like, "Yeah, let's get it." My first match was coming around after I've been training for 8 months, and I told everybody. I didn't tell anybody that I was training to be a wrestler beforehand. So there was only a handful of people that knew, and I announced that I was having my first match when basically I was announcing I was a wrestler to all my friends and family on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all types of social media. So I took everybody by surprise, and I told everybody, hey, yeah, I'm going to have my first match. Come on through, cheer me on, possibly, or boo me. I don't know what role I'm going to be playing yet. And then I came out, I did my entrance, and randomly I threw my arms out, and my brother just threw some streamers. Streamers took me by surprise during my first match. I had no clue. I was like, what the heck? And then since then, I don't want to say it's a thing. It's not really. It could be a thing, but I'm not sure. It's up to if anybody wants to throw a streamer at me, depending on how they're feeling. So my brother just had that same mentality when it came to the 10th year anniversary show, because I told him I'm bringing everybody. I'm inviting everybody. Everybody needs to pull up because I'm about to win this briefcase, which I didn't, by the way.
You should have won.
I should have had. Yeah, nah. Yeah, you got me thinking about Graves now. Nah, I can't be thinking about Graves. So yeah, and then he brought the streamers again, and it was just, I feel like it was the icing on the cake for the entrance.
Well, you know what, Ice? Allow me to play devil's advocate for a moment. Now, it is true that your intro was as smooth as ice and as well coordinated as one of those ice sculptures at a wedding, if you dig me. But the one thing, and no lie, we were all there and we heard people talking about, oh my gosh, did you see the entrance? The entrance was amazing. Did you see with the snowmen? They was dancing to Ice Ice Baby. The crowd was in it. It was all great. The streamers and everything. You was posing up at the top. You had, like, I don't know if it was a white polar bear chinchilla. I don't even know if that's a chinchilla. But what I will tell you, even beyond that, there was somebody else that had an entrance that, dare I say, was up there with yours. And it's not surprising. It's not surprising that it was Damian Drake's.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is my street report is that you two seem to have the same type of thing going on with a competition. So we're going into your matches coming up. How are you going to be one up with Damian Drake? So that way, when the crowd, after it's all said and done, and you fulfill your prophecy as what you're saying, that you are going to be the new No Limits champion, what happens next?
Say a lot of the folks in the back. Wait, what am I going to do? I think I already have the one up on him.
Okay.
I've beaten him before. I had to literally call him out after the anniversary show because I was fed up. I was fed up, guys.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
I was like, folks could just call out whoever. They could just call out whoever and then get a championship match. I was like, let me try the same thing. Why did it work, bro? Why did it work? Huh? It makes no sense. That it's baffling to me that it actually works like that. And now the fact that I actually have this one-on-one championship match with Damian Drake, I feel like it's the worst thing that he possibly did was accept this match. It's crazy that he just handed me this championship. Wow. He knows that I've beaten him before. I guess it's fine. He's been wrestling for, 5 years? Yeah. He's been in China. He's been to Mexico. That's fine. I wasn't in China. I wasn't in Mexico. I was here in Vegas, and I'm going to be there on July 20th, and then he's going to face me for the first time. Just because he's been there and been to all these places doesn't mean he's going to win. Is that what he thinks? I think that's what he thinks. I'm not discrediting what he's doing. That's fine. Go beat people there. That's fine with me. Go beat people in China. Go beat people in Mexico. You're just not going to beat Ice Williams in China. You're not going to beat Ice Williams in Mexico. Because you haven't beat Ice Williams in China. Because you haven't fought him in China. You haven't fought him in Mexico. But you will fight him on July 20th at the FSW show in Vegas. And you're going to lose your one-on-one championship match.
Yeah, rightfully so. So my next... go ahead, man.
Oh, no, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
What you got? So
my next question is tell us a little bit about a third person that you kind of were going back and forth with. Tell us a little bit about the problem.
Ooh, That man, first off, that man is a problem, okay? By the way, he is a problem. Seth and I we were just chit-chatting, no biggie. We throw jabs at each other. I'm not sure if it's friendly jab or if he if he somewhat really means it on the low. I'm not sure, but if it's Ice Williams versus Tefa Fatu in the near future, he's going to catch an icebreaker super kick courtesy of the board. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The result is going to be the same.
So you made your debut, you mentioned it a little earlier ago, about a year ago, just under a year ago, August coming up. It's going to be a year since you made your debut. Do you feel like you're now hitting your stride as you are a year under your belt?
Do I feel like I'm hitting my stride? No. Do I feel like I'm hitting a stride? Yes, because I'm definitely doing something right, and I feel like I'm seizing these opportunities at the right moment, and that's the only reason why I caught myself in this championship match. And do I feel like I'm hitting my stride? I'm getting a lot more savvy in the ring. It's crazy, and that's another reason why I think Damian Drake has a little bit of an issue, because I'm getting more comfortable in the ring. But just because I'm getting more comfortable doesn't mean I don't feel like I'm at the best ice, but I'm at the best ice currently.
Okay, all right. And then let me ask you this: so you train at one of the best schools in the country. Who's the one of the persons that you've learned the most from?
Thing is, when it comes to the trainers, I learned a ton from the people that train there. Guys like Finn, Kenny King, Sway Thompson trains there. D'Lo Brown trains there. Jake Roberts made a few appearances down there, and same thing with Disco Inferno has helped me out. These guys have all helped me build a foundation. But when it comes to getting reps in the ring and people giving me the extra time, has been guys who are more of the current workers, like a Chris Bay, like a Swade Thompson, guys like Hyper Streak and Owen Travers, even the Damian Drake, helping me develop and get better in the ring, just from a training standpoint. And school is just getting better from here on out. It's really amazing. We're really trying to put on some actual future stars of wrestling.
Nice. Well, let me ask you this, Ice. When you're outside of that ring and you're not thrilling audiences, what does Ice like to do to unwind and relax?
Oh, I be chilling all the time for the most part. So I like playing video games. I chill on the Xbox every here and there. I dabble on my Xbox.
What are you playing?
I'm a big first person shooter guy, so I wouldn't say big first person, but I do play. I'm on that Apex for a little bit right now.
Okay.
But my big games are basically Call of Duty and Halo, because the competition on the first-person shooter level is definitely right where it is, right there. I like the comp right there. I used to dabble in MLG a little bit, Major League Gaming.
Okay.
Back in
back
in high school. So that was that. I spend some time in the studio with one of my friends, Z, who's a local rapper out here in Las Vegas. Best local rapper in Vegas.
There you go.
Nobody's heard of him yet, though. Yeah, I chill with him. We're in the lab. We're cooking stuff up for the most part. He whips up music. I'm there chilling, listening to the music. I'm a big music guy in a sense. I like my music.
What are you listening to
when you're training? You're getting yourself pumped up. Who do you listen to?
Okay. Dang it. Okay. Boys want me to go through the playlist. They want me to go through the playlist. Definitely I be playing, I listen to some Migos. I'm more of a hip hop guy. So,
right.
Definitely. I listen to Migos. Guys like T Grizzly, Meek Mill, Blueface. Just some stuff that's out, that's hot. I really, for the most part, when it comes to new music, I have to get introduced. Oh yeah, I can't forget to mention Lil Wayne and Drake. Those are my two go-to guys.
Impact loves
Drake.
I'm
dabbling up in that when I'm in the gym, when I'm training. Yeah, those guys definitely push the board.
What's your most embarrassing song or album on your playlist?
Ooh, you're trying to expose me. This is crazy. I did not know we were trying to expose me. Oh, hold on. Now I feel like I gotta try to find it. Oh no. Let me see.
Is it a Katy Perry song?
Hold on. It's definitely not a Katy Perry song.
Katy Perry's still kind of cool though, you know?
But I do kiss girls and love it, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be the first to tell you. Let me see. You know what? The first song that's somewhat embarrassing that I feel like it is, I got a Glamorous by Fergie up in here. And it does low-key bang, though. So I don't even care.
Do you be spelling it out? You be spelling it out when it's playing?
Oh, man.
On the low?
Boy, I mean, D-M-A-M. Yo, I be speaking in the gym. Okay.
That's dope.
Okay, you know what? I don't even think I'm embarrassed about that.
Hey, man, you know what? Why not? Let it rip.
Hey, it's all good, bro. I mean, Matt Michaels listened to It's Raining Men, Hallelujah. You know, it's all good.
We on now. We are on now.
Hey, man, we all got secrets, man. You know, DJ Impact was listening to Drake in a room by himself with candles lit. We don't know what's going on, but it's obviously so far gone.
Man, you see Simon Street shooting right now.
Right, apparently.
Hey, Ice, let me ask you, man. You just did the water bottle challenge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right? Who got, besides you, because I know you're going to say you got the best, who's got a clean who's got a clean water bottle challenge out there that you've seen?
Bro, so my whole thing is I wasn't even, all right, so I knew of it, and I'm not even a big fan of the videos. It was just somebody told me, oh, you super kick things, right? You should super kick a bottle cap. I was all like, duh, it's trending now. Okay, let me hop on this wave. But out of all the ones I've seen, I think I saw Sway Lee. I'm not sure. If you guys are familiar
definitely
with
know Sway Lee.
He just cooked a bottle cap, and I saw Ip Man. He did it.
Really?
I don't know his name in real life.
You talking about the guy that played Ip Man? Ip Man?
Yeah, the guy that plays Ip Man. Yeah. I saw him kick the crap out of a bottle cap off of the bottle. So, you know, that's fine. They could do that.
Ice, I think what you should do to incorporate it into who you are and your gimmick, I think you should do the bottle cap challenge again. But as you're doing the kick, you also have someone give you the ice bucket challenge and throw the ice over
you. Man, that's brutal.
What do you like, Saw?
That's brutal.
I'm just saying, I think he can do it. I think he can still make the kick while getting the bath of ice.
Well, he gonna be cool either way.
That's a whole lot of iceception right there.
Right.
Icebreaker super kick, ice bucket challenge.
We're gonna have to call you Sub-Zero afterwards, man.
Hey, Ice, you mentioned you like basketball earlier. Who's your squad?
Would you? Oh, whoa! What do you mean? Who's my squad? Like who do I rock with in the NBA?
Yes, sir.
Dang it, man! See y'all. Okay, see, I'm not a big sports guy though. See, so all of my teams I have to like pick. It's because of my friends because they're more into sports. See, I grew up on the wrestling, y'all. I'm with y'all. I grew up on the wrestling.
Yes.
So I picked wrestling. So basketball. Let's see. If I had a team, I think. I think I want to rock with the Celtics.
The Celtics.
Woo. Hey,
I think I'm gonna have to claim the Celtics.
That's okay. That's okay. They got Taco Fall.
No.
That dude's 7'6".
Ice, man. Look, let me tell you. Yeah. Wow. Ice, you don't have a squad right now. It's okay, man.
not really.
Just hop on the Lakers.
No. Time out.
We need,
hey, Ice. Let me. No. Okay. There's a difference. All right. There's real Laker fans, such as the street, and then there's LeBron Laker fans, such as King Lucky.
Nah, King Lucky been a Laker fan forever.
I'm from Long Beach.
Right, yeah.
So,
you got to rock with the Lakers.
What about the Clippers?
So I
They got Kawhi.
I should somewhat, be a Lakers guy.
Yeah, man, you got to be a Lakers guy. You know why? Because we're going to win the championship this year.
That's not going to happen. I'll be the first to tell you that.
What?
That's crazy. It's literally impossible. There's no way LeBron James is winning on the West Coast. I'm sorry.
No, we winning. It's in the cards.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, no.
Let me ask you.
Not gonna get past Golden State.
Yo, no, Golden State's done. They're a wrap. Let me ask you this: Marvel or DC?
I'm mad that you're asking me this, bro. This should not be a question. Why is this a question?
Right.
What?
Damian Drake answered it.
Off of movies, comics. Let's go off the movies.
Let's
because
go.
I'm a big movie guy.
All right, let's do it.
Bro, the movies are just perfect, bro. Like what? It's not a competition.
It's not a competition.
Oh, how about this? I need you guys to answer me this question: Infinity War or Endgame?
Oh man, that's
tough. I answer that right now. It's always going to be Endgame because Endgame was just high octane, no pun intended, for what's happening on the 20th. But it was just suspense, and everybody was bitching and complaining about people that got dusted.
Man, you know what? I'm going to go Infinity Wars because Iron Man still be with us at the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man's my favorite superhero.
Man, Downey, please.
Yeah.
So you sacrificed half of the world's population.
Save that Robert Downey Jr. Wow.
Hey, let me
what it tastes like.
Let me ask you this, Ice. Have you seen the new Spider-Man movie, Far From Home?
Ooh. Wait, what's today?
Today's the 8th.
8th? When did it come out?
Last week.
On Friday.
And that's when I watched it. What? I'm not a noob to this. This is what I do. I watch these Marvel movies, y'all.
Yes.
What? This is crazy. No, as a matter of fact, you know what? I don't even care. Spoilers. Have all of you guys seen it?
I've seen it.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, Impact is late to every Marvel movie.
Yeah, Impact just took his headphones off, so that's good.
Yeah, you're good. You can go ahead and say he's not even listening.
But yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, bro, are you serious, bro? This dude Mysterio just hopped out Spider-Man at the end of the movie, bro.
Yeah, man.
Straight
bitch move.
Yeah,
straight bitch move.
That was crazy.
It's getting. The block is hot for Peter.
Yep.
Yeah.
The block is
not only that, but there was so many good things about the movie that I enjoyed, and they set up so many other stories that is just going to be incredible for what's coming next.
Talk to me, because I'm not sure. I'm not all caught up on the rumors. What's good?
Yeah.
What's good on the rumors, eh?
Well, I'll definitely say this, man. They definitely set up a lot of things. You know, there's a rumor out there right now that Tony might not be dead because it could be a scroll.
You mean not dead?
It could be a scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony
ain't no goddamn. Hold on. Time out.
Hey,
so a squirrel was banging Mrs. Potts, and that baby just magically came out?
Let me ask you this: Who was playing? Who played Nick Fury at the end of the movie?
But he wasn't banging nobody. He's banging his own chick.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I think she'd be upset if he was fucking Mrs. Potts.
Yeah. Hey, the other thing, I don't know if you caught this either. When he brought that big check out.
Mrs. Potts. Yeah.
When he brought that check out, he was like, they couldn't be here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It might be wide open for it.
That's cute. That's cute.
You never know.
Who knows? Who knows? The next big Marvel villain, I think, is going to be Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you. I think Doctor Doom is the way to go.
It's time.
So before we let you go, we got Simon Street. He got to get this segment in every show, and it's pretty funny. So Simon Street.
All right, man. So before we get into this segment, I got to sell it to you real quick, bro. All right. So pretty much there's a time in each and every one of our lives when we just minding our own goddamn business, living life, making moves. But there comes a time, unfortunately, when you experience something so horrendous, something so off-putting, that you are only simply left with, oh, shit. Ice Williams, I task you with sharing a story for us and the audience of a moment that you have experienced, whether it was inside the ring, outside the ring, in a grocery store at the line, in the bathroom, at a friend's house, at a restaurant, anywhere where you were left with the words, oh, shit.
I am shook that I just got hit with this out of nowhere. I'm shook. I did find myself in a little bit of a very, very oh crap situation. I feel like I shouldn't say, because I feel like I'll be just like all these terrible Vegas drivers. But literally, I don't know why, but I was driving when I was driving to the gym. Freaking, my girl was sitting in the car next to me, and I had to get my phone from her, and I took my phone. And when I took my phone from her, she said something. And I ended up in the middle of an intersection with all these stop signs, and no cars were going. But one car decided to start turning, and I definitely almost got into an accident on the way to the gym earlier today. So if that's oh crap enough, I'm pretty sure it isn't. But I almost died today, guys.
No, I was just about to say, I want you to finish, man. We shocked.
Yeah, that's an oh shit moment.
That is definitely an oh shit.
Oh, wait, bingo! Oh, bingo! Holy crap. Okay, thank you, guys. Bingo. It's funny because now I went from talking about an almost accident. I'm about to talk about an actual accident, okay? Literally last month, I went to Arizona to Zealot Pro Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Because I had this match. I had a match. It was supposed to be a triple threat match, me, Owen Travers, and Ty Ray. And Owen Travers ended up canceling because the boy Ice was too much for him. Okay. So I pull up to Arizona, and luckily I have a friend who just moved from California to Arizona. Bingo. So he picked me up, and on the way home, we're driving. I've been in Arizona for about 10 minutes. And I'm all like, all right, bro, how you like Arizona? He's like, oh, it's cool. This is bad. Traffic's not bad. This is that whoopie-whoop. And literally, like, within the first 10 minutes of this drive, a big accident just happens right in front of me. Two cars just head on. Boom. Bingo. Out of nowhere. I was like, yeah, these Arizona drivers are not good at all. So the crazy thing is, we're at this light. This literally happened right in front of us. Jaws are on the ground. My friend busted this U-turn. I was like, oh, so we busting this U-turn and dipping. I think this is against the law, but okay. But anyway, he turned into like some parking lot that wasn't a parking lot. And, we got out. Good Samaritan Ice Williams. Your No Limits champion came out to the rescue. I didn't rescue anybody, but there was definitely two gentlemen banged up, tremendously bloodied. One of them was extremely bloodied. It was crazy. It was my first time seeing something like that in person. So, oh shit, there you go. Let's get it.
That's hella oh shit. My goodness. So don't ever go to Arizona and drive.
See, I think I gotta go back. Hold on.
Well, Ice, man, thank you for hanging out with us, man. Let me ask you, what events you got coming up? And then we also going to ask you, how can people reach you through your social media?
Ooh, okay. Well, as of right now, I definitely got this match on the 20th against Damian Drake, of course. New No Limits champion will be crowned.
Okay.
Folks, please pull up. After that, I think, actually this Saturday I have Ground Zero. I will be teaming with Swade Thompson and Chris Bay. We'll be taking on some folks down there in Cali, BadBoyz team. And we're about to tee up a little bit. That'll be this Saturday. Damian Drake next Saturday. New champ next Saturday. Ice Williams next Saturday, of course. And after that, I think August 31st, I got this Maverick Pro Wrestling in California, August 31st. And other than that, right now, I'm not sure.
How about August 17th, FSW at Samstown?
Oh yeah. Oh, the boy will be there. The boy will be yonder. What will the boy be doing? I don't know, because I have no idea who I will be defending my championship against then. So maybe Damian Drake will claim his rematch clause then. Who knows?
Or it might be a problem.
For that show. Maybe not. Oh, chill. Now the problem has some literal business to handle. Okay, he needs to go deal with Hammerstone. Okay, let him go deal with Hammy. Hammy took his title from him. So let Steph deal with that. And then whenever he's dealing with that, if he wants to come to Mr. No Limits, Ice Williams, I will no limit Iceberg super kick him. So that's how that's gonna work.
So tell us, Ice, how can folks reach you on your social media?
And folks, please reach the boy Ice Williams. Instagram, Twitter, Ice Williams with 3 L's. Because everybody with 2 L's are some marks and don't want to get rid of the 2 L's, you know. So, whatever. I guess I'll rock with 3 L's. I only got those platforms right, man. So I'm trying to get verified. Y'all got any plugs for the verification? Huh?
Well, we working on that too.
Dang it. Well, when y'all find out, y'all let the boy know, because I definitely need
We're going to get verified together.
These are facts. Let's do it. Yeah, you know what? Let's run Vegas together, y'all.
That's right.
Yeah. Y'all gonna run the Vegas podcast world. I'll run the Vegas wrestling world. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It sounds like a plan.
It sounds like a plan. Everyone, Ice Williams, thanks again for your time, man. We love it. All right, cool. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is Miss FWA Maserati here to tell you to listen to me on July 19th with the Vegas BadBoyz podcast.
Earthlings of Las Vegas, please check out FSW July 20th right here in Las Vegas. Your warlord of weird loves FSW, and I encourage you all to come and check out one heck of a show.
This is Brian Alvarez, and you are listening to the Vegas BadBoyz podcast.
Yo, this is Luke Hawks. And this is PJ Hawks. And we're Hawks Airy, and you're listening to the Vegas BadBoyz.
This is Johnny Fairplay, reality TV icon and Survivor Hall of Famer, and you're listening to the Sin City Bad Guys. Something, did I totally butcher that? If I did, I wouldn't lie about that.
Vegas BadBoyz of podcasting.
All right, look, so we're back on Vegas BadBoyz, the podcasting here. We're just going to talk a little bit about a few things that we saw online this week. So we're just going to talk just a tiny bit about it, just what your thoughts about this here, guys. MLW having their first pay-per-view.
Huge.
Saturday, November 2nd in Chicago. price is looking to be $19.95. That's the pay-per-view price with all the titles on the line. This is pretty big for MLW. Would you guys say?
Yeah, without question. It's a great market for them to run into. Chicago,
Yeah.
huge wrestling town, and $20 is your kind of like your starter ticket.
Sure.
And all the titles are online, so it's great exposure for them and the talent that's going to be with them.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Sin City, MLW.
I think it's amazing. It's really, really good to see Court and everybody involved with MLW stepping up to the plate, and I think they're gonna hit a home run in Chicago. I know that's a played out trope, but
when's the last time Chicago hit any home runs?
Well,
I'm just teasing.
But in yeah.
That was a folks. By the way, that was a lash out to Matt Michaels.
That was a slight to Michaels,
right? So, you're slighting me.
Los Dodgers.
Who's your team?
Los Dodgers.
Los Dodgers,
of course.
Yeah. How long has it been since they won a World Series? They're lucky.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
So, in all seriousness, though, MLW jumping into the pay-per-view game is massive. So, if any exposure on the world of professional wrestling and getting name out there, building brands, I am 100% behind it, and I wish them nothing but the best, straight up.
You know what's interesting, too, is I look at the date. That's a couple of weeks before Survivor Series.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a smart move on their part to get the interest already that's there for wrestling that month.
Yeah.
And then they capitalized a little bit earlier.
Right.
So
that's
good.
true.
Okay. I don't see how that has anything to do with Survivor Series, but you have your world and you live in it.
Yeah, Smartsville.
Yeah. How are we watching this on pay-per-view? Do we have an answer on that? I that's what I haven't heard.
I think it's going to be on Fight.
Okay, so basically it's an app pay-per-view still.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like that's wonderful that they can start charging for it. That's great. But the exposure is limited to only wrestling fans. If you can't, pay-per-view market. So that's the other thing too. Pay-per-view is such a bad utilized term now because pay-per-view, what it once was, is not the same anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Fight. A lot of times too, the nice thing about it is if you buy it, you can continue to stream it whenever you want to watch it.
So thank you to the MLW website itself. Major League Wrestling pay-per-views will be available on all major cable, satellite, and telco systems, as well as digital pay-per-view via in-demand, Vubiquity, DirecTV, Dish, and Fight TV.
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then that's good. If it's on that level, then that's potential exposure that they can get. That is at a cheaper rate. Now, the only thing that I personally would see is possibly they should have gone the $9.99 route. And the only reason being is that unless you're a fan of the product and know the wrestlers, now this is another topic that's been brought up with AEW, and that is their product right now, you don't know the wrestlers and they don't have any explanation for their stories.
Sure.
So if you don't know MLW and you're going into this blind, are you willing to pay $20?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the point where you look at it and you go, who's buying it? People who are already watching wrestling.
Yeah.
I think the success of it comes from getting people who don't watch wrestling or don't watch that wrestling product to buy into it.
Gotcha.
So hopefully it does well.
Yeah.
Because they are building something there. So we'll see what happens.
No doubt. July 4th weekend.
Hey, guys, really quick. I was selected by Amazon as number 1 of 78 for July 8th. I don't know what the fuck that even means, but I was number 1 of 78 for July 8th.
Yeah. Thank the bot.
I'm so glad.
So during the July 4th weekend, there was a show here in Vegas.
Was there?
Yeah, and apparently, the Bad Boys was there. And the rumors are that Jon Moxley shows up at FSW show to confront Killer Cross.
The rumors
are.
Was it a rumor?
I know.
That shit happened, brother.
I know.
It happened.
That one Lucky didn't just pull out of his ass.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
actually saw that
Well,
one.
I will tell you that.
What do you guys expect out of this? I mean, you were there. Let's go.
Yeah, so for, I guess, a couple of weeks, Cross had been putting out these promos and calling out one lunatic that escaped from an asylum. And the promos were done very well.
Yeah.
So it was a surprise and shock to everyone in attendance that Moxley showed up.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Blew the roof off the place.
Sin, what was your take on it, man?
Dude, it was amazing to see live. Looking back at it, I had no idea that it was going to happen. Obviously, I saw the exact same promo video and all that kind of stuff that Lucky did. But to be there in that intimate of an environment, I'd say maybe, Matt? 100 people there?
250.
250?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Nice. So 250 people in the FSW arena here in Vegas. And, Killer Cross beats Dan Severn, and which is noteworthy in itself.
Squashes Dan Severn.
yeah.
And by the way, did you know Dan Severn is 61 fucking years old,
No
man?
shit.
Wow. He looked great.
Yeah. He looked damn good.
Yeah.
But, Kevin is 33.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously he knocked out Dan Severn. And we should preface this by saying that the Natural Born Killers card was an amazing hybrid of pro wrestling and MMA.
Yep.
In which they did not have any sort of pinfalls. There were no rope breaks for submissions or anything like that. And it was awesome. I know that there was the Bloodsport show that happened over WrestleMania weekend, which was along the same lines. But just seeing this thing in that venue was really cool. They brought in a lot of notable names from the MMA world.
Yeah.
Stefan Bonner. You had Frank Mir. You had
Mir.
Mir was a beast, bro.
He was a beast.
He beat the shit out of Simon Gotch, which I'm sure a lot of people would have loved to have done. And
easy now.
Hey,
he's already signed on to come on the show.
hey,
he might beat your ass.
Hey, the thing is, Simon Gotch could, without a doubt, beat me within an inch of my life. So, but no, it's one of those things, man. Like, they got all these guys, this talented roster to show up to the venue. Amazing work by Joe, all the guys at FSW, but also the guys with Heel Promotions as well, putting on that show. So big ups to them. And obviously the surprise that was seen all over the internet, over the internet, was that Moxley showed up in his new home city of Las Vegas. And
new home city?
Well, he's originally from Cincinnati.
Yeah, but they've been living here for years.
I know, but I'm just saying, relatively. So,
man, Michael,
for fuck's sake, Michaels.
Michaels, did you?
Michaels is the superhero.
I think Michaels gets off on like pissing all over every little word that anybody says here on the show.
He is the superhero.
Did you shit your pants when you saw Moxley come out?
So again, I'm the buzz killer, I guess.
Oh, okay.
No, because I knew what was going on. Yeah. So, yeah.
What are you, an insider?
Yeah.
Huh? What are you, Raja.com?
Yeah, I got my news directly from Raja.
Oh, that explains.
Rumor has it.
Yeah. No, I knew what was going on. So I was focused on just watching the crowd. I didn't even see him actually come down
out,
the ring
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
No, because I was too busy just watching the crowd because there were only a couple of us that knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Just based on knowing that Jon was there.
Sure.
So you have a group of people that you can look at who are just like, I don't even think that a lot of them, because a lot of them were MMA fans, not wrestling fans.
Okay. Yeah.
So in the end, I think what happened is you had a great crowd reaction. The excitement and energy in that building was probably one of the top moments in the history of FSW's existence.
Yeah.
I know that Joe was thrilled.
Yeah.
And it was just something else to see. And he is a Vegas guy.
Yeah.
So he has a little more opportunity now.
Yeah.
To do things with Vegas. And really quick.
Sure.
Moxley just did something really spectacular. He donated $5,000 to help a family whose house was totally burned down, and they got 5 grandkids they got to put through school. And so, he's helping out the community locally. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, look, guys, the last thing we're going to touch on is one of the most exciting things. When we've talked about our very first live show that we had in June. We had Kenny King. We were at Boulder Station. It was a success. Folks came out. We had a great time. Now we get to introduce our next, which by this time you already know if you're on our social media site. So hopefully you're locked into our IGs and Facebooks and all that. But if not, and you're just now listening and hearing it, King Lucky, tell everyone who our guest will be. Boulder Station should be Monday, July 29th, correct?
That is correct.
Boom. Let's do it.
All right. It is my honor to announce that we are going to have Mr. Monday Night. The whole fucking couple, Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes, are joining us for our live show.
That is awesome. We're expecting everybody to come out and enjoy. If you went to the first one, it's going to be just like I was before. We're going to have them live there. We're going to ask them questions. You, the audience, get to ask questions as well. Matt Michaels, how exciting is this?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a great opportunity to get a chance to see Katie, tell a little bit about her background, her story. Also get a chance to hear about what it's like for them being a couple.
Yeah.
Which if you've listened to Rob talk in Headstrong, if you listened to him talk on the episode we did about depression, Katie has been someone who has brought him back from the brink.
Right.
And so this is a very important, relationship. And she is a really, really sweet person. And Rob is just one of those guys that if you haven't met him, come on out and just get a chance to meet Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Because he's just one of those nice guys who enjoys his fans, and he takes the time with the fans, and that is very, very important in this day and age.
Yeah. Sin City, I'm gonna leave you with the final word, man. This is an exciting time for us, and Boulder Station, we're gonna do it again Monday, July 29th. Go ahead, man.
You're damn right we're gonna do it again. It's gonna be even bigger than the last one. And as everybody knows, nobody gets higher than RVD. But it's going to be amazing. I'm honored that he is allowing us to facilitate this, and that he's going to be hanging out with the BadBoyz one more time.
Yeah.
And this time bringing Katie along with them. It's going to be a great show. So if you are in the Vegas area, or if you will be in the Vegas area on July the 29th, do not hesitate. Come on out to Boulder Station. 6 p.m. is when the whole thing gets started. and we're going to have a damn good time.
And even if you can't get there right at 6 p.m., come on down, because I'll tell you right now, you know, it's not like we're very quick. If you've listened to an episode or two, you definitely know that we can talk and talk and talk. So yeah, you're not going to be missing much if you get there a little bit late. Just come on after work, stop by, have a drink, get to meet Rob Van Dam. You get to meet Katie Forbes. And, you know, I'm telling you right now, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to actually get to listen to them talk about their lives together and their, you know, Katie's got a blooming career, man.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's great to see Rob's perspective of a veteran who, you know, now is kind of calling his shots. And the fresh new youngcomer, it's unbelievable to see this. It's going to be really fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome time. Remember, Kenny King had his own drink, so you can guarantee that RVD and Katie will have their own drink. So definitely come on out and enjoy the show. You know, it is free, and we have to come correct this time and say adults only.
21 plus.
Okay, but it's going to be a great show. All right, so
and don't worry if you do have kids, who are 10 years old, 12 years old, something. There's a kid zone at
true.
Boulder Station.
Absolutely.
So you can literally have them go to kid zone. They can play and have a good time.
Oh yeah.
And
supervision and everything.
Supervision. 2 hours. You come back, grab them.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, it's, just come on out and have fun. Have a couple drinks, maybe get some food.
Yeah.
And, it's also a casino.
Boom.
So maybe you'll hit the big one there.
You might. King Lucky, take us away.
Thank you so much for checking out that video. If you liked what we did there, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, slap that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you can be a part of the notification squad. Follow us on social media at Vegas BadBoyz with a Z on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And until next time, we will see you in the next video.